The South African Police Union claims there's a lack of transparency in the police service. This follows the suspension of Bonang Mgwenya, the police's Deputy National Commissioner for Human Resources Management. Now, we joined live from our Pretoria studios by the president of the union, SAPU, and Mr. Mpho Kwinika is the president of that union. Mr. Kwinika, thank you very much for your time. So, talk to us about what triggered the suspension of Ms. Mgwenya.
We believe that there are allegations leveled against her, which refers to her having had her son had a license from a police institution in Benoni, and which we, as the South African Policing Union, view it as a very trivial matter, as opposed to the matters which he, the National Commissioner of Police, is faced with.
Mr. Kwinika, we know that the accounting officer in the South African Police Service is the National Commissioner, that's Mr. Khetla Sithole. Is the police minister in agreement with his National Commissioner on the suspension of this member?
Look, his duty is only to inform him, but the duty to suspend rests with him. But only we need to keep South Africans abreast with issues that are happening in policing. I think the status of policing in our country have deteriorated to an unacceptable level. The issue of suspending a high-ranking officer in the name of General Mgwenya, who is a lieutenant general in the police, on the eve of the elections, that is a great concern, not only for the South African Policing Union, and it should be for the government and even its citizenry.
If Bonang Mgwenya belongs to any of the unions, whether it be POPCRU or SAPU, that also would be a point of interest. Does she belong to your union, or is POPCRU the union of her choice?
She is allowed to join a union of her choice, but what she is not allowed to do is to participate in the activities of the union. So as to which union does she belongs to, I don't know. But the last time I checked in my database, I haven't seen a name.
Mr. Kwinika, there's also this war, if you like, that is going on between unions affiliated to COSATU versus union affiliated to the new federation, SAFTU. Talk to us about this conflict that's going on. Could there be something there that perhaps relates to this particular suspension? You already are saying that she doesn't belong. Well, you're not aware which union she belongs to.
Look, only the issue of the unions fighting in the police, we don't look at that. We are very objective in what we do. And if there are unions who wants to be employer representatives, those unions, SAPU does not form part of them. We have a duty here. Our responsibility is to make sure that our members' condition of where they work, it's conducive for them to can work in, and that we play an oversight role over policing. And what we're talking to, as we speak now, are matters that have got to do with policing in our country. Hence, we are inputting so meaningfully. And our contribution, I think South Africans value it so much because we are not politically moving these issues. Remember General Khetla Sithole a couple of months ago when he took over this position, he was asked the question, now that you are the National Commissioner of Police, what do you think it is to be done next? And his response was very political in nature. And I quote, he said, the economic stability in this country shall bring economic social stability. And if there is social stability, and I am going to even consider removing a number of police officials on the ground, that is not a part of the administrative statement which must be issued by an operational man, but a pure political statement. Politics are going to follow him wherever he goes. And it is for this reason that you will see that many generals in the police are not within the system, but outside the system. And this is happening through what he is doing.
Mr. Kwinika, perhaps as a final question to you, there does seem to be this question, although it is not public, perhaps my attempt now is to try and have it be public, there is this question that there's somehow the commissioner, the National Police Commissioner, and the Minister of Police are not seeing eye to eye. What are you hearing as a union? Do you agree with those sentiments? Is there evidence to back that up?
There is a great likelihood that this is happening. If you were to look at the issues of Westbury, the Minister of Police wanted to see an end to the violence which was taking place in Westbury. But he has to say this because he is an executive authority responsible for policing in our country. But these issues should not have been said by him. These issues were supposed to have been raised by the National Commissioner of Police. And what did he do? He kept quiet about it. He even went on to state the issues of deploying the TRT. Those are operational issues which were supposed to have been raised by the National Commissioner himself. But what did he do about it? He did nothing about it. Now, I don't think the Minister of Police will sit idle and not do anything because the National Commissioner of Police is not doing anything about it. Yes, I think if things were to go the way we have seen them, there is a great likelihood that the two are not seeing eye to eye.